Hello there again, YouTube. It's once again I, your gothic host with the most, Knox, back to bring in more blasphemous banter. Today, we're talking headphones. Why? Because I fucking love headphones. 1. 2, it's my show. And 3, if you're like me, you probably really like music. Will you please knock it the fuck off, Lewis? Holy fuck. Cats are almost as bad as 3-year-olds. So, the long story short is that we are going to be discussing wireless earbuds today because I forcefully was made to upgrade about a year ago. About a year ago. The long and short of it is that I went from having a Galaxy S6, which still has a 3.5mm jack on it, to what is essentially a stripped down version of the Galaxy S8, which has done away with the 3.5mm jack because Samsung, sees into the future and they want to make Bluetooth into the next USB. Any rate, I'm a little salty about that, only because I went to school for this shit, and I genuinely prefer the impedance production, the power behind, the signal input behind wired. It's just always going to be better. That's not really up for debate. It's just an electronics thing, but I get it. I'm probably not going to have my way going to the future. So today we're talking about Bluetooth headsets. This was my first pair, the JLab Pop. This is what they look like. Yes, one of them is missing, mostly because I listen to them when I'm going to sleep at night, and I dropped one on my ear the other day. They are super lightweight. They are touch responsive. They are somewhat water resistant, like don't wear them through the fucking shower, but if they get splashed, they're not gonna get ruined. And the best part is they're 20 fucking bucks. You can get these from Office Max or Office Depot rather, apparently, which I was surprised, or Best Buy, which is where we got them from, for 20 bucks plus tax, so whatever. They have 3 different modes. They have balanced, which the manufacturer says is best for spoken word. It sometimes is, but we'll get to that in just a moment. There's bass boost, which is like very much in front of your face bass, which I think is kind of only meant for hip hop, maybe EDM, because it's so bass heavy. It's not like back in, say, the early 2000s when we had, or even in the 90s when we had like mega bass on most of the stereos, and you turn it on and all of a sudden you just get more oomph. The bass boost on these things really, and also on this pair, by the way, it does the same exact thing. It brings the bass so much up that I think that the only things that are meant to be listened to with it are EDM and hip hop. Problem being is I've listened to some hip hop with these before, and the bass boost throb, hum, the force behind it, like the loudness of the bass drops and hits every single time, it's too great in amplitude, and it washes out most of your music. So I don't use the bass boost version. And then there's JLab Signature, which both of these versions also have, and we'll get to that in a moment too. JLab Signature is fucking amazing, and I actually prefer it for spoken word things as well. It amplifies all the signal frequencies that are being fed to the headphones by a little bit, whereas the bass boost only really amplifies a very nominal amount of frequency response. Even on this $20 pair of headphones, the sound came out almost as good as it was in my $45 Sony Pro Bass Boost wired headphones, which I'll show you guys someday because they're like my favorite earbuds I've ever had. But the Signature works super well. Like some producer or engineer was very obviously paid to go in and essentially recreate what a studio setting sounds like for rock or pop or heavy metal. It is an active leveling mode. Like I know it says in the instruction manual that like there's only a that all the ranges are set to a certain frequency. I don't think so. I think that these have a little bit of an internal brain. There's some sort of a chip in here that tells it what the levels should be at to reproduce a better, fuller sound in JLab signature, and it's great. So for 20 bucks, if all you want to do is plunk down 20 bucks and get a great pair of super reliable, ultra easy to take care of fucking headphones, you know, this is what they look like on the inside. They've got a microphone on them. They're pretty great. You can talk to them, to people on the phone with them. I used to do that all the time with my wife. I love doing it because I hate holding the handset. And I mean, the sound when you're calling people is a little bit hollow. Like there's not a lot of life behind it. These are also only worth 20 bucks again though, so just keep that in mind. Now that that's been taken care of. So 6 months later, I begged Val for our wedding anniversary and I got these. These are the $60 JLab Pros. They look like this. Yeah, the inside looks like this. They are water resistant. In fact, to the point where apparently you can but should not wear them through the shower. They have, again, 3 different modes. They have balanced, which again, supposedly according to the product manufacturer is best for spoken word. They have bass boost, which again, we'll get to in just a moment. And they have the signature sound, which again, I just told you what that is in the red ones, and it's very similar here. So what's the real differences? Why is this worth more? So even balanced is a clearer, more well-defined, crisper, fuller sound than on this set right here. With this set, even like what I'm saying is that the most basic sound mode with these still sounds better than that one does, really kind of in signature mode. The bass boost on these is not as bad as it is with my red set, the Pops. I still wouldn't recommend using it, and I use these things every day of the week. I wouldn't recommend using it. The signature mode, holy shit. So, I love melodic death metal, and I listen to a lot of kind of off-the-wall bands as a result, and I also love, industrial death metal, which, again, all kinds of off-the-wall bands and off-the-wall sounds. Everything from, Oddco to Slipknot to Children of Bodom to Combat Christ. So, everything sounds amazing through these. Every one of the bands that I just mentioned, you can hear and understand every single thing that is being said or done in those songs. Like, and one of my favorite, but at any rate, you can hear every single thing going on. You can hear every high note. You can hear every low note. The sound reproduction frequency band response is just better. It is significantly wider. And the decibels which this thing can hit are higher, or they are greater in amplitude, rather. It is, you can tell the difference. Now, these sell at Best Buy for $60 a pop. So they're 40 bucks more. You get 40 bucks more though out of these. You really do. Again, you can talk on the phone with these things, which I love doing with Val. I hate using my fucking handset. I love these things. You can hear my voice, and you can vaguely hear everything else behind it. I've tried listening to them recordings before and having her do the same thing. They both charge via USB. Right here. I usually just stick them in my PS4 in the mornings when I'm getting ready for work. And after 45 minutes, they're completely charged. It's great. They both have somewhere between 36 and 72 hours of standby battery time, depending on how much you use the things, of course. You can use one headphone on the go, though, for like 7.5 to 8 hours in a row, though, before it's dead. So, I mean, really, you're fine. What else about them? Oh, So these have a great unique feature. One of the reasons why these are worth more is because they have something called Be Aware mode. And you activate it with the right earbud. Both of these sets, you can activate either earbud independently of the other one and just have one going at a time, which is pretty great. In these ones, it is a little unique per side. This ear gets the signature sound 100%, and it's like listening to, a master record. The right side has a much flatter response when it's on its own. When they are both on together, they both have the signature sound, so I'm not really sure if it's that there's a trade-off in how the circuitry works, which is probably the case, but whatever. At any rate, this thing has Be Aware mode. Be Aware is really cool. It lets you hear everything that's going on around you, and if your music is low enough, you'll actually be able to talk through it and be able to hear what everyone's saying. If you just pause the music, you'll instantaneously hear everything going on around you, even if you have both of your earbuds in, which I think is pretty tits. Another neat little feature on these things is that they pause instantaneously if you just take them out of your ear canal, which is great because you don't have to touch your player. So if you don't want to be touching your phone all the time or your MP3 player all the time, you don't have to. It's great. What else can I say about them? You can go forward and backwards with the red pair. That's actually something you can't do with this pair. You can only go forwards in 5-second increments. I tried it with the left side and it just doesn't work, which is a little sad. You would think for $60 it would have all the features of the previous model, but that's okay. So, what verdict do I give these things? I give these, for what they are, for $20 fucking headphones, these get a 9. For $60 headset, actually no. For $20 headphones, honestly, these are very average. I give these a 6 out of 10. I thought that they were amazing when I very first got them because I didn't have these. These sound just fine. If you just want something to get you by, $20, this is your dog, okay? If you give a shit about what you are listening to, JLab Pro, baby, all the fucking way. JLab Pro. I 100% recommend these things. They are great. I love them. I use them every day of the week. I give these a 10. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace, love, heavy fucking metal. We do have a Patreon. I'd love it if y'all would donate, help me produce more of the show. And again, shout out to Dasa Zoltners, the one and only patron I have so far. Thank you so much. Bye.